Some great glorious day it is. This is the day the Lord has made, and indeed we shall rejoice and be glad in it. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to 2026, the year of the Lord, and welcome to the Umubanga podcast, where we aim to inform, transform, as well as inspire. And as the new year starts, you get back of a new name, hey? Like, try out a few things and see if it will work. So this is what we have started now. So introducing the social side of the Umubanga podcast, where we'll just dive into different topics affecting the nation. We'll be dealing with politics. By the way, officially welcoming Bukata, Musonda, a.k.a. what? Are we going with TGV or we just maintain to?
I mean, that's what the streets call me.
The streets?
Yes.
That's...
Okay, no. Yeah, so yes, Bukata Musonda, but TGV is the word, the name out there in the industry. They know me as TGV.
Sticking, you are for the streets.
No, let the streets thing go.
Yeah. Welcome.
Yeah.
How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
Very well, thanks. So anyways, as I was saying that, the social commentary side of the Umubanga podcast, where we'll be talking about different topics affecting the nation, politics, Christianity, but mainly sharing Jesus Christ and making him famous. So, yeah, that's the whole purpose. So welcome. And today we're pretty much doing a recap of what happened in 2025, some of the biggest stories, some of the biggest things, happenings, Christian events.
It was a busy year.
Yeah, it was a busy year.
Very busy year. But Zambia is always busy.
Yeah, though yesterday, what did we have? Yesterday, which was the 1st of January, what did we have? It was a chilled introduction to the new year.
Yeah, plus I really wasn't tapped in. I wasn't online, so if something happened, I don't know. I'm yet to
Yeah, I
find out.
haven't. No, actually, what happened was I don't know if news came out on the 31st or that the Archbishop of Lusaka will be going to DEC, yes, Drug Enforcement Commission. For some stuff happening. So I think that's what's happening. So yeah, the Catholic Archbishop of Lusaka,
Has
His
been
Grace
summoned or something.
Archbishop Alec Banda. Yeah. He's been summoned.
Anyway.
So already social media is just
buzzing.
why
That's
is it that
crazy.
we are treating the Catholics? Are they the better Christians? Are they why is it that the Catholic Church should be feared? And also, yeah, that's the craze actually happening.
There's too many sides. I've got too much
Yeah,
to
that's
say
the
about
big.
that.
That's the biggest news. Anyways, we'll dive into it.
We just have.
So at least there's a disclaimer on the podcast to say the views and opinions expressed. So. Yeah,
That's
so
important.
let's actually recap to 2025. What were some of the major things which you look back and highlight on?
Okay, for me, maybe I could talk about the death of Edgar Lungu. It's a sad note to start on, but I pick it because it happened a day before my birthday.
Which is the 4th of June.
No, 5th June.
5th June is when he
I
died.
guess that's, yes.
So he died on your birthday?
No, my birthday is 60th.
Oh, okay.
Yes. So 5th June, I believe, is when he passed away. Yeah. So it's just one of those things that stuck, right? But even more so, the chaos that happened after his death. That's what made it even more crazy. So basically, if my facts are correct, he passed away because he went to South Africa for treatment. He was,
but
not
I think
well.
he was as well there for some time, though.
Yeah, he went there, but initially for treatment. That's what the story is. He went for treatment, and during this treatment, a heart issue happened, and he passed away, right? And I mean, when you hear it like that, it sounds like, why is it such a, obviously the president died, but the issue is we know he hasn't yet been buried, and the standoff that was there between the family and the government and all that, right? Yeah, so we can start there. I don't know what your take is on that whole situation.
Yeah, it is a sad note. I think he was the only surviving former
President, yes.
president, and him passing away in a foreign land, and it just going through the whole legal process,
The chaos that followed.
the chaos that followed, the insults in the courtroom, so many things. I think Zambia is known to be a Christian nation.
Exactly.
So we were supposed to sort out certain things, but when you look back through history, it just felt like karma. like on some certain things. Like
okay, that's interesting.
like, because it indicated, I think, when you read back like some of how they treated the Kenneth Kaumbe death, like there were threats, like if the family does not show up to bury, we will bury ourselves. So all those things. Yeah.
You saw what you reap kind of situation.
Yeah, so something like that. So getting to see that, of course, it's not a good picture over the nation, and it being in an international court where the South African court is there to decide on what happened, and the battle is still going on. So I do not know when.
Yes, that issue will be put to bed.
I guess people in the medical field will get to know how long a body gets to stay. Can
but
last.
I think a body can stay for quite some time. The Egyptians used to embalm them for quite some time.
Yeah.
So, but I think I think for me it was an opportunity for character to cut through, and even just like fruit of the spirit, right?
Now, in which context? Like,
let me add context, right? Because there's conflict, and so the family is saying one thing and the government is saying another thing. It was an opportunity for the family to show character, right? Long suffering, right?
Okay.
Those are fruits of the spirit. Okay. And it was also an opportunity for the government to show character in the form of putting away ego, right? Because it seemed like on both ends there were solutions. But then the conversation was who's going to step into that and say, okay, on our end, we're just going to let it go the way the family wants. Or the family goes, okay, on our end, we'll just let it go and do what the government says. So I think for both parties, there could have been one to step in and rise above, right? Yeah. But I know that's a lot to ask, I guess, from both sides. But yeah, it's a touchy subject, but without fear of contradiction. For me, I genuinely think if we're going off the notion that Zambia is a Christian nation, which we are, it was an opportunity for character to cut through, for the entire Africa to learn something, right? It could have been an opportunity for the government to teach other governments something. Yeah. It could have also been an opportunity for the family to teach other families that might find themselves in that situation something. Because currently, I think what we've learned is, my friend, you need to fight.
So, like with this whole standoff, like, do you feel then that there should be like a law to govern on how?
Yes, obviously, there has to be
for heads of state and former heads of state.
I mean, there has to be, because currently, from what I know, from what I've read and seen around, it seems like they're going off precedents, and there's no like actual proper law that addresses the problem directly. And so what they're using in court to argue these things are situations that speak to the current situation. So I think, yes, going forward after the body has been put to rest, I think a bill or something must be passed in order to avoid such conflict going forward. That definitely has to happen. But because it doesn't exist, we settle it in court.
Yeah, hopefully it will be settled. Looking at the fact that 2026 is an already politically charged year, crazy. So maybe that.
I mean, bishops are going to dig. It's crazy. It's about to be a crazy year.
Yeah, so hopefully it will be settled and the body buried, because I know it might be a campaign promise. You know how insensitive
when we come in,
we'll bring back the body. So,
crazy.
And I think some have already started doing that. But yeah. Anyways, what piqued my
anything on your end?
I think it was early of 2025 when the body of the man who passed away in the house, the skeleton. Remains. It was early in, right?
I'm not sure.
I think it January or February, like
when they found the body.
Yes,
the skeleton.
Yeah. Like it was just like
that's another crazy story. My country people, what's going on?
Yeah, it was just like shocking.
Yeah.
And actually, this was somebody who like I knew and I had like interacted with him, like the skeleton man, the man who passed away. So
wait. Pull up. So what you're saying is you knew the man that died.
Yes, I knew the man who
skeleton.
Yes, the skeleton.
Before it was a skeleton.
Yeah, so I knew him because of the area, because I stayed in that area for some time. So this was somebody who he was I think his nickname was Zanako. That's what a lot of people used to call him. So when the news came out, I was like, who's this person? Because I didn't know his actual real name. I knew him by the nickname. So when
Zanako.
found out, and then I saw the picture, I was like, oh,
Isn't that Zanako?
this is home. Like, yeah,
Crazy.
but that was like wild, and the fact that this body stayed in the house for like what, close to 2 years or something,
2 years.
and nobody knew, nobody had time to ask to say, hey, boss, we do not see this person. And the thing is that, look, he used to be drunk most of the time, so he would be like the loud one in the community. Like when he's walking, like he's loud, he's saying hello to most of his friends.
Everybody,
Like the people used to go play football. He used to watch a lot of football, social football, and all that. So that happening, and most of his people, his friends, like not knowing was kind of
weird.
It was weird. Like, yeah. So that was.
Do you think that speaks to where we are as a community, as a people? Like, how can somebody that okay, not prominent, but that like obvious in your society disappear and no one's asking questions? Like, why should it take 2 years?
Yeah.
Like, where was the family? Why should it take 2 years for you to realize that this person has gone missing?
Yeah, I think it speaks to who we are as a people, and I think right now we've gotten into that space where it's just my family and nobody else.
Nuclear type of
It's
setup.
just, yeah, so I need to make sure that on my end it's
I'm
proper.
good.
Even speaking, even just on relationships, like most of us now no longer keep relationships. Like
Talk about it.
if Bukata does not give me anything of benefit, he does not matter. Like it's just like like
That guy.
that guy.
If I can't get you access to events.
But anyways, you know that I'll call you for access.
Yeah.
So you're like, oh, that guy who he will link us up, like so stuff like that. So and I think that's where we've gotten as a nation,
As a country.
country. So
That's a bit sad.
yeah,
I think it's sad that it took that long for people to actually know. He didn't have kids?
he did. But the kids were as well arrested. They were like in it, so they were as well arrested. So
I think we need to talk to the woman. We need to talk to the wife.
well, I think
That's the story.
as of today, I think the news which came out is that she was asking the judge to let her go because there's no proof that she killed him.
So just to be clear, she kept the skeleton because she believed he will resurrect. I mean, there's nothing more. She was
guys.
That's very interesting.
He spoke the word, and Lazarus came forth.
Wow.
So, anyways, and speaking on that, like where somebody gets to read in scripture that when Lazarus was dead for 4 days, right? Because now there's like a bad odor coming out.
Yeah.
And Jesus Christ comes through and speaks a word, and Lazarus comes forth. Do you feel that is feasible? Like, is that possible now? I know I'm picking your
Resurrection?
Yeah, resurrection.
I think it is.
Like,
I mean,
even after 2 years. When
you
he's 2
mean
years
like?
late. Anyways, maybe like the
the
Ezekiel.
value of dry bones, exactly.
But see, like the value of the dry bones was not like a literal. It was figurative. Like it was a vision. Actually,
yes,
it was
yes,
a vision.
yes.
It wasn't. It didn't happen.
But I mean,
like,
if it exists in the spirit realm, it can manifest.
we were going to add more flesh to the. So.
No, but it's an interesting story in that the skeleton was kept for 2 years and how people didn't figure it out. But I think it's also kind of just sad, that we are there as a society, that it took that long for people to realize he was missing and whatnot.
Yeah.
Yeah. But it's definitely interesting. That's why I'm saying I would love to talk to the wife and find out. Maybe there's a prophet that told us somewhere to keep the bones. You never know.
Maybe they'll do a world tour.
What?
Skeletal. Anyways, it's a sad
situation.
And we shouldn't make light of it. But anyway, speaking of religion, do you think that religion then has a role to play on how we as society like handle certain things and do certain things?
I think yes. I think I think there are things that shape society, and I think religion should be in the forefront. I wouldn't say it's in the forefront now, but I'd like to believe it should be in the forefront because Christianity in all is a lifestyle, and lifestyle is everything, right? And so if we just assume this woman was in a proper Christian church and was being guided the right way, you avoid such scandals. And even if the family, somebody was involved in church and whatever, such scandals, you in turn avoid them through such structures. Yeah. Any other story? If I'm trying to think of one. I don't want to go to politics back. I don't want to go back. People think I'm just all about the politics. I know other stories, guys.
Of course, we had the gold rush.
Yes, where that whole trend came from, the new trend. I think it came from there.
Is it the new?
That thing they do where they say new.
See, the issue I have with sounds is that when somebody says new, right? If you've heard that sound, the next comment is an insult.
Oh.
So you see, like that's how like I have issues and I remember it like even trended in church and then it new like
crazy.
I'm like finish the sentence like so like
finish the sentence is crazy. But yes, we're going back to the minds. But basically that's where that trend came from.
No, it came from I think he bought like cars or something.
Yes. Oh, but he bought cars because he was
the God.
That's what I think.
I see.
I think he was part of the people that benefited from the gold rush, and so he bought cars exactly from the gold, and so he was talking about that whole thing, like, oh, I've got money now and I'm buying new cars. Yes, if I'm wrong, I stand to be corrected, but I believe that's where the trend generated from. But anyway, yes, the gold rush. Here's my question though about that whole situation: is it that the gold was just discovered?
Bless you.
Sorry. Is it that the gold was just discovered or it had been there all along and people just didn't know?
I think there was a time I was doing something. There was the town hall meeting by the Ministry of Finance.
We have town hall meetings in Zambia.
Yes, at Mulungushi. It was... Anyways,
that's you learn something every day.
There was the Ministry of Finance town hall meeting. I think they regularly have those updates. And so there's like a lot of spaces around the nation which have like a lot of minerals. But it's just that they haven't been like properly mapped out. So now they're doing a new geological survey, like mapping out to try and see, okay, which new hotspots or which spaces have. Because the one we have is like old. It was like during the Kaumbe era and all. So now they're trying to give a new update. So I think with the gold rush, it was more of somebody was digging and then like, oh, Ninsanga gold, like Avana gold. Like, so that's what happened. And then everybody's like, oh, let's go to Mufumbwe, let's go mine there.
Yeah.
And it was sad. I think some people died.
Yeah, definitely. We had some people dying.
Yeah, we had a lot of people dying. Because there were no proper controls, and you know mining is explorative, so there's a lot of blasting, there's a lot of digging, and then before you know it, the whole ground collapses. Like so, and it wasn't safe. And even if you see most of what people wear, or you'd be like, you're going underground just like that, like no proper gear, no like, and it as well gets to show how. I don't know if it's a rush to get rich or it's a poverty thing.
I'd say both. I think it's a mix of both. I think it's a mix of both because if you put yourself in the shoes of, let's just say, I called you, right, and I'm that side, and I'm like, big man, I'm looking at the gold.
Yeah,
I'll take a picture and I tell you, come, right? Think about it.
But you see, like,
think about it.
In me, have I ever touched gold?
I don't know, but think about it.
I don't even know how the actual gold looks like. So
yeah,
because the other thing is that, and I've been seeing it on because sulfur, there's some form of sulfur which look goldish, right? And you can go to like a river or something like that. If it forms up into a rock and then you break it, it will look like gold particles. So there's all that. So I don't know which one is gold, like.
Yeah, no, but let's just assume I call you and I'm confirming that this is gold, big man. We have a chance to walk away from this place with actual gold, right? Buyers are lined up. Would you come or you'd be like, no, it's not safe? I mean, I don't blame the people that went.
Yeah, true.
Like, I understand what would make a man get up and go. There's gold this side. I'm going for the gold, right?
Yeah.
I mean, we see it in how they were buying new cars, right? So, I think
And actually, most of the quote-unquote stone dealers, like, deal in gold, copper, and all these things. So, and getting to see how they drive at
big cars,
Lamborghini Ulas.
Exactly. I mean, if you ask, like, even like the youth, right, and to talk about people in Zambia that are inspiring from the aspect of finance, they will mention a couple stone dealers.
Yeah.
Right. So I think even just the image that's out there of success in our country,
Yep.
I think it's politicians, stone dealers. You know, you rarely have like your average day entrepreneur. I don't know if that's how you say it. Is that how you say it? Entrepreneur.
Anyways,
Is that how you say it? I don't know how you say it.
Entrepreneur.
Yeah, I don't know if that's how you say it, but yes, basically, the sources of inspiration, even where money is concerned, are people who do like politics or gold mining and all that. And it seems like a way to get rich fast.
Yeah.
And most people are in love with the idea of getting rich fast. So I think all that just contributed to the rush, right? The state of the economy, people being hungry, you know, poverty, what you watch every day, you know. So yeah, I think all that just contributed to the rush. It was unfortunate how things played out.
Yeah.
But it was also interesting. I mean, Zambia is always interesting. As long as Zambians are involved, I promise you it will be interesting.
We're funny characters, even on serious issues, like it becomes a joke. Anyways, and speaking of being the rush, right? We saw like, I think 3 or 4 in 2025, like Ponzi schemes, like which like duped a lot of people money.
Was that one for where they arrested people like in a room with phones and laptops and whatnot? I don't know if it was. I don't want to accuse people, but like I'm not. I think it was there were Chinese involved. Or something like that.
But not that one. That one was for like scamming people.
Oh yes, okay.
Scamming people. But then like we have this thing of where Zambians are duped, right? It could be like a product selling type of business, or others will be like, oh, you make put in like a 1,000 or a 100 kwacha, and then others will be like, you go watch videos on.
Oh, I see.
And then you make 10,000. Like
I remember that.
Like, why are people still falling for those
easy
scams?
money? It's easy money. People are going to pick easy money over anything almost every day.
Yeah,
that's my take. I don't know. I genuinely think if you bring a way for people to get rich fast, they will go for it rather than if you tell them the longer way. I mean, who wants to take long to get rich?
Of course.
Obviously, if you go in to know your character has to be built, you have to learn how to sustain the money. Yes. We agree with you. But any day, stop anybody in the street and ask them, would you want us to give you 100 million today? Or you want to work 10 years for it?
Let's just go play the lottery.
Yeah.
Anyways, and speaking of which, there was I think one of the stories where a betting billboard was in a school.
Inside the school?
Like, you know how like these billboards are erected? I think it was like Woodlands A or Woodlands B. So where there was a betting billboard, which was, and then who put it out? Was it Pompey or Wezi who put it out there?
That the billboard is in
like
school.
Why is a betting billboard in a school?
Like you're advertising to
students? Yes. No, not advertising to students. They're advertising for people who drive along that road to see, but then it's in a school. Okay. Like, well, why is that there? And I think based off the social media comments, the next day it was taken out and
Okay, so things can actually work that fast in our country.
They do.
Interesting.
Greatest Road.
So they only take long when they want to take long.
Greatest Road had the bridge washed away and it was done in 3 days.
Interesting.
We work when we want.
Very interesting. Very interesting.
So
I find it interesting because there was also the issue of the passport office being reported.
Yes.
People were up in arms about how the process of getting your passport takes long.
Yeah.
And there's always that thing like you pay somebody, a middleman, to fast track your process.
I remember.
I don't know how far, but I hear they were trying to digitize the entire process.
I hear they've done that now, but I don't know. I remember we did Express for my wife. Express took more than 21 days to pay.
Huh.
I even traveled out. My wife couldn't travel because we were renewing her passport, and
21 days.
It took longer than that.
Yeah, that's because you didn't pay the guy at the door.
But you see, like,
if you pay the guy at the door, the next day
but you see,
the
pressure I have with doing that is that have you ever gotten to a place where you ask yourself to say, how do I testify that the Lord has done something great?
Right.
When I paid somebody.
Right.
It becomes hard.
It's crazy.
It's
like you're lying on God. What do you mean?
Yeah, so you're like, oh no, so how did you get this? Like, no, the good
God.
Lord did it for me. But then you know deep down to say you paid
the guy at the door.
So those are some of the pressures I always have. Like
Yeah.
With even just to my small things. I think many times, even when I'm caught by the police, I'm just like, hey, just give me the charge sheet, I'll go pay. Like, of course, it makes them upset when I tell them that.
An inspiration. But even the police,
it's
an
all
inspiration.
those small things where like a few weeks or days ago, like I was caught, and then they stopped me, and then I had to go with this police officer, and then after we were done, they're like, but why didn't you guys just talk to each other? I'm like, no, just give me the...
I actually had a situation where the police officer pulled his form from the stocking, right?
Yes.
I was like, why is it coming from his stocking? If this is legal, why is it coming from his stocking? But anyway...
So it's those small things where you look at it to say, paying. And you see, like, the more we do that, the more we pay, right?
You're feeding into the system.
The more we enable.
You're giving it life, yeah.
And the issue about corruption is that we fight against it if it does not benefit us.
That's true.
Okay. So if you're caught...
I do have a question, though.
Yeah.
Right? Let's say, for example, you... or let's just use your daughter, right?
Okay.
Yes. Let's say you become MP, right, for Lusaka.
Yeah.
Right? And everybody knows you're MP for Lusaka. And then your daughter has to get treatment. Maybe, let's say she goes to UTH, right? She needs to get treatment for something. Is she getting the same treatment as everybody else? And if she doesn't get the same treatment, would you say it's corruption? Okay. Or is it preferential treatment? Preferential treatment.
Here's how I think I can respond to that, right? If it's against, like, where we are all equal, right? Okay. She has to go through the process.
Okay.
Yeah. However, like UTH has got like tiers, right? There's high cost, low cost, and all that. If I have insurance, I can
take her to higher cost.
Yes. The reasons why I said insurance, right? It's because a lot of us gets to a place where we abuse power.
Okay. So what if you know somebody, let's say even just an elder in your church, right?
Yeah, if I know them, right, I can talk to them and say, okay, how can I go about this process? But not where I overstep others who are in dire need of that situation. I'm giving you that because I've experienced that. I know a lot of people in these spaces, but I choose not to use some of these.
Okay, so let's just say, for example, they find you.
Authority.
They find you there, right? And they ask, what are you waiting for? You're like, oh, I'm supposed to get my book or something. Then they go, what's your name? And they get your book. And they give.
Okay, if that happens, right, it's based off their discretion. It's based off their discretion, not mine.
It's a tricky place to be.
Look, it's the same thing. Like, most of the times, right, like, I'll find myself, like, if I go to an event now, right, if I'm not wearing an Umubanga t-shirt, right, it will be like, I'll be treated like a normal ordinary
everybody
person,
else,
right?
Yes.
But, of course, if somebody recognizes, oh, that's Umubanga, oh, you can come through. But then if I'm wearing an Umubanga t-shirt, like, it changes everything.
Interesting.
Like, it gives me access to some spaces, right?
Yes. So that's okay. So basically, what I'm trying to explore is whether access, by virtue of being associated to someone, can fall under the category of corruption. Because I kind of know what that feels like.
So, and I'm being okay. So here's you, right? You're like, oh, hey, I want a job. Okay. we'll give examples of medical doctors because that's as well been in the news where the minister said,
the people volunteering.
we do not force you.
That was a crazy statement, by the way. People are coming for free, and
So
we
we'll
don't
say
force
that,
you.
right? So, okay. So here's me, MP for Lusaka, and I have a daughter who is a medical doctor, and she's volunteering, right? Okay. So me, because I know the minister of health, right? I go to him and I tell him to say, boss, I need you to give my child a job. And the minister does that. Okay. We know the minister does not give jobs, but anyways, he uses his influence to be able to do that,
Get
right?
the daughter placed, yes.
That's abuse of authority.
That's very interesting. You think so?
Yes. It's not connections. I stated to say, I need you to give my daughter. Okay.
job.
But if we allow her to go through the process, let her go through the process. Because each and every, how many other thousands of people are going through that process?
I hear you. I hear you.
Because look, she'll stand and say, oh, God gave me this job. If you don't, your father is the one who caused it to happen.
Right.
And we've seen it many, many times.
She'll
where-
argue and say, no,
So
God put
my
father where
argument
he
is always like, say for example, if this person is really, really competent and there's nobody else who can stand in that, give them. But if not, where I'm using my point is that we shouldn't abuse authority.
Okay. I hear you.
Where we just employ all our relatives because we know them. Like
Everybody gets a job, like Oprah. Look under your seat. You're getting a job.
everybody. So yeah. But these are things which we go. So that's why for me, like circling back to the issue of the police officers, like small things, like even just a 50 kwacha, like these are things
feeding back into the system.
Yes.
I think connections are a big part of our country's
Because remember
identity.
when the other issue we had was the drugs, the Zambia Medicine Regulatory Authority.
Yes.
Like that, right? So
Is it the same issue that spurred into the UN, or rather Trump making a statement?
Yeah, they commented on that, I think. But getting to see how like gross mismanagement of bigger things, right? Okay. We forget that some of the people, the cleaners in hospitals who are doing different things, right? They're the ones who sometimes like go on the till and steal medicines and go sell on the black market.
Black market is crazy.
Anyways, that's the
I hear you.
term. But these are people who work in hospitals, right? They are low level people who say, oh, I don't get paid that much, so panga Christmas and stuff like that, right? So they go into these spaces, steal. So now that and this is the effect of corruption, right? Because it's benefiting me and it's not affecting me. It's okay.
The moment it affects
but
you,
the moment, then we say, everybody's corrupt. But then we forget that the two small things we do
feed into the entire big machine. I hear you.
We go to the maybe food reserve agency. People, I think one of the stories is get late payments for the farmers and all. Right? We go there, right? We give somebody a kickback and then we get our money. And so it's, when we look at corruption and even when we see it now on a grand scale in the nation, we look at it because it's been exposed. We forget that there are so many corrupt practices which we have.
Even in high schools, it's crazy.
I go, no, give my child this. Like, your child does not qualify to be at this school based on their standards. But then because you know the head teacher, like,
you go way back.
Shall give you.
Scratch my back, I scratch yours.
Yeah, so stuff like that.
Ish.
So only when it benefits.
The back scratching needs to stop. But Zambia.
Yeah, so.
I don't know, maybe we have more stories. Favor, do we have any stories? What stories do you have?
Okay. Have you heard of .com Zambia?
Yeah. The recently at the initial public offering IPO.
They became like the first SME to list on Luce's alternative
markets.
Yeah. Then they raised over 14 million kwacha. That's actually pretty dope. I don't know what you guys think about that.
I mean, Let me just start by saying,
Okay.
right? I have been around business, right? And I mean, everybody should be financially literate, right?
Yeah.
But you have to. I feel like you have to break it down for me, right?
Okay.
I've heard of .com Zambia. I don't get why it's a big deal that they are on the Lusaka Stock Exchange.
I see. So .com Zambia is a what?
They provide digital solutions for
Digital
solutions.
solutions. I
So
think
like
they do
payment
the
system.
payment
Yeah,
systems.
e-payments and whatnot.
I think their biggest is the e-tour.
Yes,
On
the
e-tour,
Yes,
e-tour, yes.
people who want to pay.
Exactly.
So their payment platform or technology company. And I think the reasons why it was big news was, number one, it was like it's been like a long time since we saw like a company list on the stock exchange.
Stock exchange.
I think most of us got our stock exchange knowledge from Wolf of Wall Street. So yeah, but this is a company like pretty much built by Zambians in Zambia. So that's why the news was big, and the fact that it was listing on the loose alternative market and seeing it raise capital. They made what, 14 million, and
Yes, 14 million.
What they were looking for was 10 million, I think.
Yeah,
and
so
it was oversubscribed.
They were oversubscribed like by 14%, 114%.
Yeah. So it gets to show that there's a lot of eagerness by so many and the beautiful thing is that there was a lot of retail investors, not big companies.
Not big companies.
Because what happens is that when a company lists, so like maybe Zanaco like puts out a public offering, like maybe like another bank from elsewhere will just come in and say, okay,
Sweep
guys,
everything.
we are buying everything off. But this time around, it was just like retail investors
local
coming
people.
in, local people, buying into this vision. And it's a good thing. And it gets to show that there's, number one, there's a lot of money. Zambians are looking forward to so many spaces to just invest in and put their money in.
Okay.
I was seeing a report, I think, by Stella Sata on her page saying that people who were going to like put in like a 10,000 in CEC and these different companies, she gave a breakdown to say by now like your share price offering or how much you can gain from your shares is like, I think for CEC is sitting like from 10 years ago to now, it's sitting like over like 100,000 or something.
Really?
So, which gets to show that there's great value in some of these financial instruments. You see, like shares are not things which we talk about, but even I was seeing a report. I think I saw a post the other day to say that shares are as well property.
Yes.
So they're actual property which somebody can inherit. So if we invest right now and just put in like most of our monies, if we have some free money, so we can just lock them in shares and and just pray that the company does not go under. I think, was it? It was 2025 when Investors was closed, right?
Yes, I believe so.
Yeah, so
Early. Should
20,
be early
or 2024.
Late.
Anyways, yeah.
And also, for the person who's doing business, like in Zambia, like the average business person, what this means is that if your company probably starts like making, let's say, is it 200,000 kwacha? I don't know if it grosses 200,000 kwacha revenue. I think you're able to list as well.
On the alternative market.
So that means if you're doing business as an individual, you can actually look forward to growing your business to that level, at least to prove that
having
it works.
more people invest.
And then when you grow it to that level, you can also actually list as well.
Okay.
And generate revenue from there.
We learned a little bit of this.
Yeah, and then the other thing to look at is, I think when your company gets listed on the loose, pretty much, be it's the alternative but if it gets listed on the loose, it protects as well. Part of the reasons why like companies in the US like greatly developed is because they have like proper systems and structures like corporate governance, some of their sustainability governance issues. All those things like greatly help them to grow because they are properly structured. They have proper board of directors, credible people who will be able to vouch and say, we trust this company and they'll be able to deliver.
Yeah.
So we need more of such things where
companies
are not just growing on paper and on
Yeah.
Facebook. Like we're Facebook millionaires, but it should be able to trace. And seeing companies like these where they are homegrown and they've gone through the Zambian system and they've been able to navigate the challenges and be able to succeed, that's a good thing. And we should as well emulate, even as we're building our businesses, that we should follow, of course, procedure. People will be like, it takes time to grow. But if we follow the procedure, I think the rewards are great, and we need to be able to do that. So making sure that our corporate governance is on point, we have proper financial records, like our business is in order.
Top tier.
Yeah.
No, big ups to .com Zambia.
Yeah.
It's definitely an inspiring story. It's definitely an inspiring story. 14
million. I saw an advert where they are now looking to buy a property. So
here they come.
That's actually dope.
Here they come. Look out. .com Zambia on the way.
So
now that's definitely inspiring. I wasn't completely lost. Don't just disclaimer. I wasn't completely lost. I know one or two things.
Yeah.
Where do we go from here? Maybe
speaking further on what's happening in the economy, like the government's efforts for fighting against dollarization. I think it keeps on getting stronger. This year they announced a phased approach now to like ensure that our companies stop quoting in dollar and also transactions are made in kwacha. They announced the phased approach, so we're yet to see how that actually benefits 2026 going forward as well. So I don't know what you
I think with that story, right? My genuine concern, guys, it's my concern. Don't judge me. My genuine concern is, are we going to still get paid in dollars? You know,
that's not happening.
Like one of my goals was like, I should probably find myself with an NGO where they pay in dollars. Now like this.
I think the only thing is that you still it's mainly so even when you are quoting, you quote with the dollar price in mind. Okay. And I think there are ways in which now, even when inflation hits or the exchange rate changes, like there are certain ways you can be able to cushion that. I think because that's the main thing.
Conversation. That's where the issue is.
If I quoted, say, I charge somebody 20,000 kwacha and tomorrow the exchange rate changes. So maybe if I charged 20,000 at $20 at 1 kwacha at 20 kwacha per dollar, it means that's $1,000, and then it gets to change, and then it goes up
again.
So or it goes down. So you either lose
or you gain.
So stuff like that. So. But it's a great move to just...
I get the logic, though.
To just make sure that we strengthen our currency and not lose it. I think at some point we had... What was the highest we went to? Was it 28?
Yeah, 28.
28 was like the highest.
It was almost 30. 28, but it was about to be like the pound. You know, I know pounds. I know about the pounds. Zeke has told me about the pounds.
I know, right?
But one of the biggest concerns, though, has been huge transactions. Because, if you're talking about quoting in kwacha, for example, we're talking about 14 million being raised by .com. 14 million, if you convert it to dollars, is not like...
then look like a big figure.
So if you're a company like a mine that deals with millions of dollars, you'll be quoting like really large amounts. So... But I don't know, people say that's a concern, but I don't know how it's supposed to be a concern. I'm not quite sure about that. But those are other things that other people talk about.
Money matters. Financial issues.
I think another thing to note was what? Football. Actually, let's talk football.
Like sports. What just happened? Let's talk about what just happened.
Let's deal with that. I think it was a terrible... Like, I think, speaking of the last game which we played, the Zambia versus Morocco game, right? Like, it was just like... like, we were outclassed, like...
But where do you think the issue is with sports and the country? Because I've had this conversation with a few of our senior citizens, and they say football is more entertaining when parastatals were investing into football. Like, mines... had something to do with soccer and money was being funneled into soccer more than it is now. Those are like some of the responses I get. Other responses I get are scratch your back, I scratch my hand type of systems. So we don't really have proper structures around how the team is being trained, who leads the team, who's on the team.
Yeah.
Right. So that's what I've heard from people, but I don't know what you think
I
the
think
issue is.
For me, it all goes back to, I think, the foundation of everything. Have we greatly invested in sports development from the grassroots end? How is it going there? How are the transitional processes, like from if somebody is moving from academy to like a club, how are all those things done? Leadership, how is leadership formed? Is it formed based off favors? Because I think there are rumors going around to say, oh, most of the people employed or close are people who did something during their campaigns or stuff like that. So it's like just paying back favors to your friends and not getting people who are competent. And I think as a nation, we really, really need to strive for competency and not
And
just
I
names.
genuinely think we could do very well if we went the competence route, because even talent in Zambia, we have a lot of it.
We have great talent, and I think even during the Africa Cup, we had so much great talent.
Yes.
And another thing which I would say, speaking maybe on the actual playing, right, is that there was no sense of dying for the nation.
I see what you're saying.
You remember 2012, we won.
What?
We can look back. I can't
Who
trace
can
back
forget?
on the 1993 guys. I never watched them. So
Yes.
it's some stories which I had.
Yeah.
Of course, I watched I watched some of Kalisha. Well, I think he retired, 2005, 20, somewhere there. But there was no dying
For the country.
that hunger to be able to say, guys, we are going to put it all on the line. There wasn't that. It was more of trying to make names, playing for yourself, and so that aspect. Because look, remember, our Zambia national team in 2012, I think, only had maybe one or two people who played in Europe. The rest played predominantly South Africa and Zambia. But the team going into this AFCON, which is still running, we had, I think, 60% coming from outside Zambia, Europe. The other 40% Zambia. Massive talent. These are people who are not struggling financially or anything.
Exactly.
Massive talent, paid well, they eat well, but there was no hunger. There was no desire to just say, guys, let's die for a nation.
It's like a rapper after his first album. He's just full. He's made it. He's proved
but
it.
Pompey has lived up to
No, Pompey, that's ministry. That's ministry. I'm just talking about a rapper who's out here in the streets. Most people say they get settled. They get comfortable, right? So maybe I hear what you're saying in terms of the lack of hunger, the lack of drive, the lack of let's bring this home for the team. I get that. But I think also where the nation is also speaks to how the country moves, right? And how it feeds into the spirit of sport. Because I remember 2012, everybody was behind Zambia. Everybody was behind Zambia. But this match that we lost against Morocco, everybody was just like, it's over. Even before we played.
Guys, I think by the time it was 2-0, after I saw that Brahim Diaz go, I was just like, let me go sleep before my heart
even
is
before we
broken.
played, people were like, let's just forget about
people
it.
are saying, no,
Like
Zambia is going to
we
lose.
need a miracle. And it's like we're convinced we are not getting a miracle.
Yeah.
So, I think that's the issue with the sports anyway. Yeah. At least we have the Barbara Bandas of this.
Oh, yeah, and kudos to her. She won Africa
carrying-
Football of the Year.
carrying the flag.
For me, she can retire.
We
It's
have
fine.
We have the Kundananjis. And they have the most expensive transfers in the world,
so,
right?
Well, now, so there's somebody else now, and then Kundananji, and then Barbara.
Then Barbara,
Banda. But
okay.
we're still in the top three. We're in the Champions League.
Zambia Kuchalo.
I don't know why we always say that we are putting Zambia on the map. I'm like, first things first, who took it out?
Right. Is it not on the Atlas?
So
If we buy an Atlas today, we will not find Zambia.
Yeah.
But speaking of Zambia Kuchalo, right? We have the story of J Trigger as well.
Yeah.
J Trigger being the guy that was trending on TikTok with that whole nationality song. Yeah, I think that's an interesting come up as well, right? With how things blew up and he was all over the country. We also have the likes of the Natasha Nyambes, right? That was also an interesting story. The one who won Icon Zambia.
Oh, yes. Yes, I'm like Tasha. I'm like, you threw me with Natasha. Like,
Wait, are you guys going to like conclude without talking about the criminal chicken? Is that thing even real?
Oh,
the
yeah,
chicken
the
which was,
criminal chicken.
The chicken that chose violence.
You know the
But
chicken.
you know,
not
like
real, though.
chickens like get angry, like
Yeah, they do.
No,
but like,
I find that very interesting that it was even reported about. Like, what type of lack of news is going on in the country?
but it's community news, guys.
yeah, for
No,
you
like
to
it's
report about the
community
chicken
news.
making noise.
Like it's community news. Like there's nothing you can do about
I
it.
guess. Anyway,
It's-
it's
it's
a good
what
story.
makes-
We're talking about it now. So, so I guess it's something.
Yeah, like it's you hold on to.
The criminal chicken. They should do like a comic book for it or something.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, but yes. So what other interesting stories do we have? The award shows. The award shows was quite. That was interesting.
Yeah,
we
had
had
quite
a
a
bit
lot
of controversy around that as well,
yeah
with how they pick who wins what.
yeah.
Yeah, I won't comment. You can meet people. You know?
Yeah, like anyways, look, both ends. It's just a matter of just talking about some of these things. Yeah, if they felt that the other parties were not properly reached, it's a high time it's as well like the ego arrangement. Like we shouldn't be like, oh,
I'm the yours.
no, like we
Yeah.
should still be able to approach it. At the end of the day, it's all about the kingdom of God.
Exactly.
And sharing Jesus Christ through all these different platforms which we have. So.
But if I was just to say something quickly about the whole gospel industry and whatnot,
Yeah.
I think as believers, right, one of the things we talk about a lot is mentorship. We see it even with Jesus and the disciples, and we see it with the disciples and those that came after the disciples, right? We see it with Paul and Timothy and all that, right? We see it with Moses and, Joshua, all those people. I think that's something I would love to see in our industry, right? I'm not saying it's not there. I don't know if it's there. I'm yet to see how deep it runs, right? But there's a lot of like people who've been coming up and people who've been at the top for too long. Like, guys, this year, can every major artist put somebody else on? Like without fear of contradiction, can I hear that Mark Footfall has put somebody? Can I hear that
he brought
Abel
us,
has put somebody? Not
Solomon
Solomon. No,
Plate.
come on, guys. Solomon has been around for a while.
Okay. It's
Like,
Zashe.
give us somebody. In fact, even Solomon should give us somebody. You get what I'm
they're
saying?
your friends. Tell them.
I mean, friends is a strong word.
Okay. There are people you know,
Yes,
they know you. So.
Yes. So that's what I think, right?
Yeah.
And I'm not coming from a place of like hating their music. We love them, right? They've done so much for our industry, right? I mean, I've seen Solomon perform live. He's a very good performer. I've seen M7, right? There's some M7 bangers I play every morning, right? Yeah. I just feel even in their ascending, there must be room for others to also come up. Like let's build systems that will allow for
At least
one to
Pompey
feed
brought
into
us
the other.
Vessels of honor now.
Yeah,
Who
Vessels
else
of
did
honor.
we bring?
You see, I mean, but we love Pompey. But I'm just saying.
No. Anyways.
I'm just saying,
True.
I think
point.
Chileshe can give us somebody.
Yeah.
I think Christine can give us somebody.
Yeah.
I think they've been around long enough, right?
Yeah.
And maybe they are still mentoring others, And maybe we don't fully understand their situations. But what I'm saying is, I would really love it if almost even like in a 2-year space, we see somebody new. And not
actually,
somebody new who just comes and disappears. We want people to come and stay.
Well, I think Deborah Mambo as well has like given us some people from her teams. Anyway, the other thing is that most of the shows which we have like pretty much still have like the same people over and over.
Exactly.
And over and then you're just like, I know the song he'll sing. And
Right.
it's like,
And that's why I love that Christian Voice gave us Moto. We saw more of Moto.
Yeah.
Moto Zambia, right?
Yeah.
That's somebody I've seen do like some good stuff. I was happy that the Cypher had people like Mondoba, right? On it, it had Danny TSG. Danny TSG also needs to give us someone else from the Copper Belt. Boss, give us somebody else, boss, right? And not to say that if you give us somebody else, we stop listening to your music or
It's
you
just
become
like-
irrelevant. No, I think it just cements you even more. Right.
It's more of when we reach a certain level of growth, we should since we already have the influence, not corruption or
Yes.
abuse of authority, like we get somebody and say,
Put
okay,
them
guy,
on, right?
here's,
Exactly.
here you are. Like,
Because we did like a stream of
and I
producers.
think on the other side of things, I think Marketu has been able to do like a
Right.
great job.
I mean,
in,
I
like,
didn't want to go there,
raising,
but thank you for going there.
people, like, and just
And
giving
there's
them
so
their
many people
shine
with
and-
stories
Yeah,
in the
yeah,
industry
yeah.
that say
He
he
pretty
put me
much
on.
went around the whole Zambia, like different
Putting
provinces,
people
and
on,
putting people
right?
on, like yeah.
I don't think our artists are not big enough to do that,
Yeah.
right? And when I say our artists, I mean the gospel industry. I think
But kudos to another person in the gospel space who pretty much like gave people like
a start.
Kings Malembe.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Yes.
For all the contradiction, he definitely did that.
Yeah, like he hammered. Like we have Christine, we have
Yeah.
Philemon, we have
Yeah.
Collins, we have like a lot. Like we can like
Exactly.
pinpoint and say,
Yeah.
okay, aba nibakulineji.
This is the chain.
Yeah, so I think we need to see more of that and not just
Definitely.
looking it in. Is it a great thing or is it just like you
I
just
don't
want to
know.
be on top like for the rest of
I
your life?
really
or-
don't know. I don't want to speak to situations I don't fully understand,
Okay.
right? But I genuinely believe we don't really have enough of that, right? Maybe our industry is not properly structured to allow for such things to happen, right?
Yeah.
But I think even just as far as like consistently posting somebody, you know, like if Pompey put his hand on somebody, if Pompey came out and said, I like this guy and I like what he's doing,
I have
and he's consistently doing that,
It's
everybody's going to be like,
a cosign, like
yeah, so all I'm saying is even cosigns go a long way, right? Even cosigns go a very long way. Like
Yeah.
I think Moto is somebody that's ready to be cosigned. Like, can we see cosign Moto? I like what Tim did on his album. He put the likes of Legend Sun, Emily Hakula. He put what's his name, JT5, right? These are people like who we've seen
Yep.
bubbling, and we know that if they're given proper windows, can like definitely put our gospel industry on another level. Besides, there's a generation that's coming up that listens to different kind of music,
Yeah.
right? And we have artists that can give us that kind of music. So yeah, that's just basically my take on that aspect. Is there a big story we've missed? I feel like there's something big we've missed.
No,
We've
we
talked
pretty
about
much
everything.
covered most of the stories. Maybe just a question. What do you think, as generally speaking, Zambia could do to really come out as a Christian nation in whatever area that we could think of? Anything.
That's a good question.
You know, one of the things I think I was watching the recent celebration of Zambia as a Christian nation, and the president announcing that we'll have another holiday. Like, I think one of the things which we haven't done well is leaving like Christ as a nation. There's a lot of pretense. I think we rush
Thank
to
you.
use the shield of Zambia as a Christian nation to not be accountable for certain things. Like, okay, why are you lying? Like, no, Zambia is a Christian nation. No, like, why are you lying? Like at
Yeah.
the core. So I think we should get to a place that's starting from our homes, actually. Even just how we deal with marriages. There's been a lot of divorces in our Christian nation, right? So what's wrong then? So we need to deal with the foundation. How are we raising children? How are we communicating? Are we faithful to our partners, to our parents? So it's not, because we use this as a shield to run away from a lot of things.
Yeah, we do.
From being responsible, from being accountable, from being faithful. Like, and it's not just being faithful to partners, and just even
in
being faithful in
business,
business, politics, everything. Like, will you be a man of your word? And it's always funny when you Zona Uyo Adipa Mike, even talking about encouraging people on the word of God, and you're like, but boss, you're the same person who just lied a few days ago. But how are we
Allowing it to come back
and we as well have this thing of as a nation, when you come to us and lie to us and give us like a voice of God's word, like even just small teaching, we'll be like, this
deep.
one is good. and we have this
Exactly.
thing of each and every person who rises up, or even to a place of leadership or anything, we have this thing of he's been anointed by God.
Yeah.
I wanted to sing a song.
I agree with you. I agree with you a lot on that one. Even as far as how we respond to scandals, I think, right? And not to dive deep into it, but I think the home worker situation. I think we
a prominent gospel artist even shared the video, and then he's like, "Oh, I was hacked."
That's crazy. That's crazy. That's crazy. But yes, I think in the spirit of being a Christian nation, I think as a nation we could have handled her situation differently, as well as other videos that leaked, right?
Yeah.
And how we approached it. I mean, the law is one thing, but I also think, like I said, character. I think scandals are an opportunity for the country to kind of like show who we are as a nation. And so I think even that Mwaka situation could have been addressed differently. Because there are all sorts of comments. No, there are other people doing this. No, it's normal. I'm like, yeah. But like, so I think how we approached the whole situation as a body of Christ and as a Christian nation, could have been an opportunity for us to lead with love and to lead with guidance and to, take that situation and make, something better out of it, right? Yeah, so because then with the BU7, there was so much pulling and pushing. But okay, Zambia is for scandal.
ati umuntu alekulanga ivory but biting.
It's crazy.
You know where you have like a lot of people like against, and then the actual voting happened only two people.
Right? Like how are you gonna be that fake? How are you gonna be that? Yeah. So anyway, but if there's one thing from that whole back and forth that really caught my attention is that woman, the one who was talking to the president like without fear of contradiction. I forget her name. But that was interesting.
But you see, and here's how we pick leaders as a nation, right? That woman spoke, right? Mm-hmm. And everybody on social media was like, "No, she should be the next leader." like
Iron Lady, like it.
So we need to like really, really look at some of these things.
Yeah.
Like we hear somebody like I remember
what's the track record,
during I think COVID when the Minister of Health used to give COVID updates and everybody's like, he's fit to be president.
From COVID update.
Like it's like we and the funny thing is that we commend people, like we clap for them like they've done marvelous stuff when that's their job.
Right?
Like
anyway.
Yeah. Anyways, we can go on and on and on.
Yeah, there's a lot to talk about.
Yeah, so we'll be back again.
With more commentary.
Yeah, on what's happening.
I mean, Zambia never sleeps. It's an active place.
Actually, even as this is going up, something has happened. Right? So, yeah. A lot of things get to happen. So ladies and gentlemen, hopefully you've been inspired and make sure you continue making Jesus Christ famous. Make sure that you continue sharing Jesus. Make sure that people are able to see the light of Christ in your life. And that you walk the talk.
Yes.
That's the word. Like.
Yes.
Yeah. So make sure that you live out the fruit of the Holy Spirit, which is love, peace, gentleness, kindness,
faithfulness, self-control.
Self-control.
Yeah.
Against all these things,
there is no
what?
Right?
Against such things, there's no what? Law.
It's law, right?
There is no law.
Law, right? Okay, like deep down I knew it, but I was like,
you're doubting. So make sure you read your Bible.
Yes.
And pray every day. A special mention to some of the things going to be happening. We'll be sharing more of Jesus Christ. Get to follow Making Jesus Famous on Facebook. And just get to see what they are doing, the beautiful, amazing work which they are doing. And so from me, Dennis Umubanga and Bukata, we say,
see you next time.
Bye-bye.